Wow, I haven't done this in a while. Let's see. Okay, hopefully everything's still balanced. I haven't checked my settings since I used to stream forever ago. Hi, Blue! Hi, Piff. How is everyone doing? Let me just make sure everything's set up. It looks like everything's good. I'm back to using the Spork model because I updated the Saturn model and then didn't make a new PNG tuber for her. So yeah, basically, we've got a small little team. Yeah, just let me know if the music's much louder than I am, because sometimes that happens. We have a small little team working on, the style guide. I have my notes on the side, and basically today I'm just focusing on chaos. I really like the shapes. I think I was just gonna address a few of the issues, which is the hair is way too complicated. I want to find a good balance between let me open that PNG that you sent into Clip Studio actually. Here we go. I want to find a good balance between this outfit, or the, let's see, what to call that. It's not exactly a cape. But I want to find a good balance between this cape design and the shorter one, because I think the shorter one has a better silhouette value, but this one definitely looks more character-wise, or looks better character-wise. And then I really like this version specifically, Piff. I think we could work with it. This is new. I haven't seen this one. Coat? Yeah, I guess it is a coat. I really do like this color palette. I think that it would work nicely. Yeah, and then I'm happy with the shape of Chaos's body. I think it'll be easy to animate. It's like you can like basically do both sides with one continuous line. So that's what I was going for. The less we have to pick up our pens, the easier it will be. So just working on that. And then the hair in the face, I think is my other focus. I also like the shape of this hair better. I know this one, we pulled from I erased it too, but we pulled from my original sketch. That was when, yeah. Which I was surprised, because that was me just blocking out the shapes. But if we like that, I'll bring that back. So yeah, just simplifying everything. And then I have the notes on everything. I do like the subtle tail. I just want to bring it up further, because I don't want to balance out Chaos's design, if that makes sense. I want to keep her kind of top heavy almost, I guess. You'll see. But yeah, I find a balance between the two versions, and then I really like this color palette, so I might take that one. So I have that open on the side. I'm watching chat. I may have to refresh it every once in a while. But if there's anything you see in real time, I'll go after. Yeah, I do like the simpler shape. I just want to bring it up so that the coat ends more near her knees rather than her ankles. Although the coat near the knees could, or near the ankles could, like, really have some good dragon follow through value. So now I'm now I'm conflicted. Either way, we will get there eventually. I think the eyes are where I'm stuck, so I will broach those last. But the rest of the design I'm pretty confident I can fix. I didn't even like put my tablet in sport mode. It's still in monitor mode. Ooh, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because that was just the block out of my sketch that got lined. And so because I was gonna like break it down further, but if you liked the block out, that's good too. I wish I didn't erase it. Actually, I should go back and find that version of it because I had erased it. Let me you're gonna hear my loud keyboard from Spork. Image from Did they change it from to author type? Why? Can you not search from a specific user? Oh, it's because I'm on streaming mode. Hold on. There we go. From Spork has image. Okay. Dun. Hey Red, what's up? Alright. Let me just resize this. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So if I just drop it behind. Alright, and we liked the face shape better on the newer version. So I'll just mix and match for a little bit. Now everyone looks blurry because I didn't size it properly, but you get the idea. Yeah, Red and I go way back on YouTube. That's where we met. So, Red is my mod, so everyone behave. I'm joking. Oh, wow. It's this one, okay. I think I'm just gonna grab the hair from here. Okay, so we'll go with that original shape. And then, let's see. Just gonna do a whole new layer entirely, I think, at this point. Alright. So we like the triangular face shape, so I'll keep that. I think it's like a pretty simple shape to animate, and also not having any kind of like cheek or brow definition means that we can copy the same shape for both the front and 3/4 versions, because all we have to do for 3/4 is just put her nose like that, and then just kind of angle the chin in the right direction. So it gives us a lot of room to work with, and then all we have to do is make the profile believable. Because I was thinking we could do a partial gumball approach and just kind of use a few pre-made head shapes and then animate the body around them, just to make it all easier. And then let's see, the ears, let's see, where are we taking the ears from? I do kind of like the larger ears. I think it helped. Well, I don't know if it'll be too busy, so I'll do the ears last. And then we liked this. I did like the curve that TD's original design had, how it kind of went out like this, so I might bring that back and then riff off of it. So go 1, and then build upward. 2. Oops, I brought down a ruler. Because I feel like that helps continue this like one line philosophy. I don't know. And that way we can bring this in. Oh! Honestly, I might bring that philosophy back if we're okay with that. Because I kind of like the way that that looks. Like a little combo of... I feel like it's still, yeah, it still reads as having structure. Maybe I'll... And then I'll go for the one line approach again. The idea is that you can just set up the body like that, and essentially just never really pick up your pen. Honestly, I could even bring that out in one line. I won't, because I think we like the tapered look. But, yeah. Alright, and then I really liked the waistband because it'll be easy to show which way she's facing, or like the kind of like volume of the body just by whether that waistband is facing up like this or down like that. It's a really good indicator of volume without having to like go super hard on solid drawing skills. And then I do really like, this is a nice shape, this like bird kind of shape, but I do think simplifying the bodice in favor of having a star design to track would be better. So I'm gonna go ahead and just bring this solid design, and I'm gonna tangent it with the chest, because we're getting enough volume, I think, by the waistband that we can have intentional tangents in the body or in the bodice and be totally fine. Let me just, sorry, my tablet's trying to run away from me. There we go. I have to put a sock underneath it so that it actually like sits on something. Thank God, because sometimes I feel like I'm being boring when I do a big stream like this, so as long as you're enjoying it. I think we can get away with having less shoulders since it's going to mostly be covered by the coat. So I'm really just kind of like making her like this shape with like a head and a neck. We don't have to be completely anatomically accurate because this is a cartoon. And then I'm going to give her some forearm definition. Maybe that's a kind of a lot of a lot of forearm. Those early 2000s styles, like it's like bicep and then forearm right into hand. It's really that's a that's a bad hand. But it's like forearm right into hand. It's so interesting. But it's definitely not great for readability. So I think I'm gonna bring back the wrist. Everyone seems pretty confident in drawing a complex wrist. Like I see a lot of the storyboarders adding this kind of shape with the hand and stuff. So I might be okay with that rather than the straight forearm that we had before, if that's cool. I just think it's better for readability to have a definition between the anterior and what's the what's the outside called? It's not this, is it the superior? I don't remember. So I might bring that back, and then I'm gonna just angle her hand out so we can get a look at the side of it. That's right, I do remember that. I think having completely straight arms would look strange with the new way we've shaped the legs. So if you like the shape of the legs, then we should make the arms match, I think. Because looking at all the storyboards, everyone's doing this kind of thing with the hands. So if everyone's capable and confident in doing that, I don't mind keeping it. Or I can just do an example of like, that's what the arm would look like if we didn't. We just need to have a bend in it. Actually, it kind of looks good if we do like a combination of the two. So instead of them being straight lines, they're more, what is it, perpendicular when they will eventually meet. So that way it's still tapered, but it's not as complex of a shape. Yeah, I might go with that. And just do kind of, a shape like this, where there isn't a lot of definition, but you still get the idea that there's like a form there. Something like that. Like if the arm was straight, it would look like that. Rather than like my natural style is more like this. Yeah, I think that works. And I'll just put that as a note on the construction page. I'm going to angle this hand out. Are you a fan of the, like, whoa, I don't know if you can hear my dogs barking in the background. Are you a fan of the, like, merged fingers look? Like this, where you have, the middle and ring that kind of, like, sit together? Or would you rather, like, never have that shape? If that makes sense. Because I can simplify this hand a lot more. No, it's purely stylistic choice. There are some, I, I think I've gone on my tangent before about how, if somebody annoys me on the internet, I just block them. And one of the things is, like, a lot of people for some reason really hate when, like, artists do that with the middle and ring finger, and I've blocked so many people who just get on the internet and complain. About one very simple, like, non-consequential stylistic choice that truly, like, doesn't even matter in the long run. It is purely stylistic, in my opinion, at least. It's just easier because, see, you can go like that. You can take a bite at the middle and ring fingers at the same time. And then use the pinky finger to drive the action. And then... I think that's pretty simple. Let me just... And then, actually, now her hand's pretty small for her body, so let me just... see, hand should be about the size of the face. There we go. And then I gotta make this match. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I think that works. And then I think the most we could get away with is just a 4-pointed star like this, or like a diamond that resembles a star. Because you can easily just anchor it like this. It's just 2 lines and then you bring in the bottom. It's possible. It's also something like I've seen a lot. Well, I've seen shows do it before where characters have fingernails in close-ups but not far away. It's possible. We can just take a look at what it looks like. Yeah, because it'll be super easy to draw the bodice like this, especially because we're cleaning up in Clip Studio. So if you just take the same line on the bodice, and then all you have to do is draw in the bottom. And then you can use, when you're using the vector layers, there's a tool that just instantly gets rid of that line. It's kind of awesome. So I think that'll work. I am a little worried about it not having something to tie to on the bottom. But if we... no, I mean, that's just part of tracking how big or small the diamond was. Because as long as you just drop in a reference when you start the scene, you'll have a guide on how long and how big it needs to stay. So that should be okay. And then I'm just going to make her head slightly smaller. Okay. Oh, like up here, like left, oops. Like left and right, or on the star itself? That is true. We can look into that. Oh, wait, yeah, we could, that, or bring the design in the other way, like reversed, like this. But that does kind of make an hourglass figure, and I know time is Order's thing. So maybe we'll just... I'll add that in as a note, and then I do kind of want to bring this out. Let's see, how are we tackling this? Oh, we could just use this same line here. Yeah. So instead of having an outline on the body necessarily, I'll make a note to use this line, the line of the interior of the coat, to form the body shape, if that makes sense. So, like, if you're drawing her torso or something like that, right? Hips, torso, belt, you're then using these lines as the coat. So I'll just make a note of that later. And then I also want this to be one continuous line behind the body. Because I want it to balance out the hair, so the hair goes up and to the right, so the coat goes down and to the left. Yeah, and I'll just use one continuous line for that. Could I have done this on another layer? Yes. Did I? No. Let's see. Then I'll go in. Just to remind myself what's gonna be covered. I think that works, and I think it frames her body. Yeah, that's actually where I pulled it from, was for yours. So we could use that one. And then... I think the same thing, we can use the shape of the boots to define the volume rather than trying to make it look like they have a mass themselves. And then we get a nice interesting shape in the upper leg. Next is the, oh, let's see, what are we doing for the, yeah, I think having hair face this way. Alright, here's the part I was struggling with. So I think we could simplify the nose a lot. I'm just gonna go ahead and turn her face towards us. I'm gonna take out my design. Oops. There we go. Alright, before I finalize that, I'm definitely gonna make a modified expression sheet. And then... let's see, we're going for She-Ra-esque eyes. they are too far apart. Also, that's just not the same eye. Hold, please. Welcome to the oldest trick in the book. Copy and flip. I've never seen Coraline, actually. I know that looks awkward because she's facing directly forward and then their body is like not the right direction. But this is purely for educational purposes. Let's go that way. That should be enough room for her to emote. Let me just to ease my fears. Just eyes with no pupils. Maybe? Hold on. It's hard to tell because the She-Ra eyes uses 2 different colors, so they don't really have, so like, if I were to do it biblically accurate She-Ra, it would be... like that. Well, they have... that would be biblically accurate. The only thing is we'd have to make note in the style guide on how to actually animate that, because what you would have to do is, so you have the eye, right? And then you would do the iris in your regular sketch color, and then you would use another color, so either red or blue, just depending on we as a production team decide, would take your other color, and that's where you would animate in this shape. And probably shade it in, so that way the cleanup team knows to make this shape a colored line. So it's up to the cleanup team and how much work they want to do. Because yeah, we would, or the other way you could do it is just make a PNG of everyone's actual like eyeball, like this, like just the iris. And then we just drop that into our scenes and hand key the PNG every frame so that the cleanup team doesn't have to recolor it, and all we're doing is just drawing the shape of the eye over top of it. So that's the 2 schools of thought. That's how you would approach that, or that's That's the two ways I see being able to approach it. Yeah, because you can't move your pupil without also moving your iris. Or I guess... Ooh! Dropped my pen. I guess the other way to do it, the third option, is the animators just draw a circle, and then the cleanup artists take that PNG of just this shape, and they hand key it over the pupil as the animator has done it. Biblically, yeah, that was the only way I could think of describing like the style that is true to this show, was to say biblically accurate. But yeah, those are the three options on how we would tackle an eye like that. It's up to you what you want us to do. All three options are like are more work. It's up to you on whether or not you think it's worth it. But hand keying is a lot less work than actually tracking it, because you're just essentially moving around an image. Exactly. And plus, like, again, this is, you know, this could be the style guide for the pilot or the preview, and it's like, if we get more funding or better resources or something in the future, we can always add those pupils back in. So for now, if you want me to just take them out and do solid irises, I am totally cool with that. But yeah, that was my concern with the old eye design, how it was this shape with just the sclera like this, because we would have had to track that line. Yeah. That was my main concern with the other one, was that the whole time the animators would have to track where that sclera is. Okay, solid iris for sure. In fact, I'm gonna write that down. Oh, the earrings. I do like the shape that you have. Because the earrings are something we could easily just do, again, as a tracked PNG. That's how I did the buttons on Leonardo for Inverse, is Nell just sent me a PNG of the two buttons. I think one was the intersex flag and the other one, I don't think the other one had a logo on it, but it was just two buttons like this. And all I did was just key it on to the body. It was super easy. So if we're not keying the irises, we could totally do that with the earrings, because all you do is just pivot them slightly with the body. So if we want to do, this shape is so easy, because you have a natural pivot point. Oh, it was an L, yes! That's right, I was like, I can't remember what the other one was. I should know, I spent so long on that animation. Not tracking the buttons, it was animating the rat that took forever. Splinter. I think that we can get away with one, I want it so badly. I think we can get away with one solid like scruff in the shape. I really do. And then again, this interior line that separates the two colors, I think we will, or it's not I think, we will have to decide in the style guide what color we will use to designate, hey, this line needs to be changed to this color. Like, this line shouldn't be black, it should be teal or turquoise or whatever it is. Oh, yippee! Yay! friends. Okay, I will throw work at them in a bit. Because I think... I'm just looking over at that sheet one more. Oh, the bracelets. These are nice to have them at the wrists because it means that we can just replace hands every once in a while. We don't necessarily have to redraw wrists. And then again, whenever you have a shape like that with two parallel lines, you get to fake your volumes. So... Bye, Red! Thanks for hanging out. Okay, Piff, what are we thinking so far? Let me hide everything, because I know there's a lot going on the screen right now. Oopsies. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? I think I can just eliminate this shape completely. We have a tangent here. That's my fault. Oh, it's because that's supposed to be colored blue. My bad. Yippee! Alright, I'm really happy with the way this looks so far. I think between all of us, we've definitely got it down. I think- oh, you know what? It's- the entire thing is thrown off because I did this wrong. Her hand is facing us, so the bracelets actually should be facing this way. Because, her arm is facing like this. That's something that can go in the style guide, too. Did you see how changing the direction of those lines, like, instantly changed the way her hand was facing? So that's the power of having those parallel lines like that. So yeah, her arm is facing this way, receding that way. So if we're happy with the way this looks, before I do final cleanup, what I'm actually gonna do is test the face with the mouth chart. I'm not even gonna touch expressions because I do struggle with those. I will let the other animators do it. What I am gonna do is do a temporary, because this won't be final. I'm gonna do a temporary mouth chart. So let's see. I'll just create a new canvas. I'm not even gonna do all the mouth shapes. I'm just gonna do the most important ones. You've seen me do this a billion times because I posted about Raph and about my shark and about my dragon using this technique. So just block out the lower half of the mouth. Lower the opacity. And then come back in. So the upper lip will stay- oh, actually, that's- I was doing the wrong thing. The upper lip will stay the same. Mostly. Unless we curve it for a few of them. So let's do the A shape without, I am gonna bring that back actually. If we do the A shape without opening the jaw, even though you're not really supposed to move the upper lip, I'm gonna cheat just a little bit and move it slightly. because we don't have a lot of room to work with. Let's do this. Do you like the like rounded mouth shape like that, or do you prefer the like triangular mouth shape with the corners? Gotcha. Kids are rounded and adults are sharp. That's cool. I like that detail. Alright, so in order to keep her lower lip volume, and then top teeth or bottom teeth? I think we do have to show teeth. It's better for readability, but that's bottom teeth. Well, I guess it depends. I'm more asking myself. Yeah, this open awe shape should really be bottom teeth. Yeah, you can see I really struggle with with the smiling expression. But that's okay, because this is just a test. So this is the ah. Yeah. Again, temporary ah. This will be the eh, so it's kind of a wider shape. Again, I'm gonna fake that top lip. Maybe make it a little bit crooked. So we don't have a lot of room to work with. Eh. The amount of teeth showing really just depends on what mouth shape you're about to hit next. Because if you go from eh to e, you should really show the upper and lower teeth. But if you're going from ah to e, you can probably just show the, or sorry, ah to eh. Probably just show the bottom teeth. It just depends on where you're gonna go next. It's really hard to do a standard, like, mouth formula. Imho in my... I don't know when I started saying acronyms out loud instead of saying what the acronym is, but I think I've said BT dubs too many times. Let's see, ah and e is really important, the e sound. So here I'll bring her top lip down, actually. We have to go wide. And the E is different from the S and T because you actually still have kind of an open mouth there. I say lol outside all the time too. Or I say lol out loud all the time too. say lol, and I say BT dubs, and I've started saying RN instead of right now. So that's the E, E. And then I think O is the last one that's really important. But there's a difference between O and oo. So let's do oo. Top lip is going to kind of compress. Ooh, you should really only, well, it's, again, it depends on what mouth shape you're gonna go to next. If you see the oh, I didn't even do a bottom lip here. I think there's enough room, and again, if the mouth shape's big enough, we're allowed to open the lower jaw. And that'll just depend on the animator's preference, or like if you have two of the same mouth shapes back to back, but one sounds bigger than the other, then you'll open your jaw on whichever one sounds bigger. Like what was the line that Sam was saying that we kind of figured that out on? It was, what if I fall? So what and fall have that same mouth shape, the ah, but the ah and fall is much deeper, so we wanted to open the jaw. And I think Chaos's line after that is, I'll catch ya, kid. Ah, the I and all, the I and all, because it's kind of like an A sound rather than an I sound, and the A and catch. The A and catch is much bigger than the A and all. So for that one, just like preemptively, I don't know if you could see it, but I'm saving the file. That's why I'm stopping. The A in fall is much bigger, so we'll probably open the mouth on fall, but not in I'll. So, just like preemptively thinking about that. But I think those mouth shapes work. Like, I think they're still readable. Like, we are getting a little close with the bottom lip on ah. And again, if that mouth shape is big enough, just open the bottom jaw to give that bottom lip enough space. But I think those shapes work. I think they're readable. So, I mean, it's up to you, Piff. Like, if you think they're readable, if you think we can hit them realistically, then I'm confident in giving it the Spunk seal of approval and moving on to, I think I have enough time to do at least the sketches of the 3-point turnaround. Sweet. Yeah, if you like them, then I will take a screenshot and send them to you, or I'll send them into the group chat, or the work group chat. And we can have, I want to do the rough turnaround before we decide on colors, because I think once I start moving this design, we will immediately see if there's any issue, or sorry, once I start turning this design, we'll immediately see if there's any issues we need to it. So I won't say like, yes, let's do colors today, but I will at least, I have my comic up here. I will say at least, that I think this is good. I'm just gonna send it in for reference. I accidentally opened Milanote. Whoops. I love Milanote. Okay, here's Chaos Temp Design. Waiting on terms before. Then I will put these in here. Stamp mouth shapes. Typing ASMR. I'm pretty sure my mic is picking up my typing, but it's okay. Hell yeah. I'm gonna put up my be right back screen so I can get some water and set up my thing for the turn, and then I will actually be right back. So let's see. Alright, we are back. Forgot to set my music to just... Sweet. Okay. So I'm just gonna do a rough turnaround. 3-point, I think. Oops, let me just save this so if it crashes, I'm good. Chaos turn. And then we'll just use Chaos's turn as a reference for how big everyone else should be. For the pose, I'm thinking something simple and neutral that shows off enough sides. So I think I'll start with 3/4. I'm always nervous every time I do a turnaround. Actually, let me just... Copying other people's work is bad, but copying your own work is totally fine. Dun, 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 dun. And by that I mean I did all this work on one of my own characters. Never mind, I didn't do the full turnaround. Alright. Oops. Never mind, I forgot I never finished her turnaround. I just did the one view. Oh, there was turns for the OG design. Hold, please. I don't have them saved. Oh yeah. I love Chaos's bird form. I just saw it. And Order's bird. Oh my god. I might put it to the animators chat. There's essentially two schools of thought with turnarounds. There's the A-pose turnaround where you maintain the same pose the whole way through. And then there's the neutral pose turnaround in which you utilize a pose that shows off most of the character design. And neither one of them is necessarily better. It's just up to personal preference. But I may use the neutral pose turnaround. Did I just draw that on top? Oh my god. Fellas, I just drew the sketch right on top of my guidelines that I desperately need to keep. Oh well. Also, this is Chaos as an Angry Bird. BT dubs. It's fine. I can make new guidelines. um. Yeah, I can just make new ones. But I can't believe I like wasn't paying attention. I was just so locked in. Alright. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for, honestly, I think I might just stealing. It's my own design. Just take the face shape that I already drew and use it here. The nice part about making such a simple face shape, like I was saying earlier, is we can just use that same face shape for the 3/4. And then all you do is just kind of position the facial features differently. So that's really easy on the animators and the cleanup artists. We'll just have to decide how we want to make sure we like show how that's the front of the boot. I think people get it, but just in case. And that's just a super simple one shape. You can literally just go like, or well, I mean obviously that's a, but you can literally just make the leg in one shape like that. Same with the body. I might bring that elbow away from the body a little bit more. And I'm gonna open her hand for this pose. I'm just gonna go with a really simple hand. Because we'll do like special hand poses or like in character poses and stuff later on. So, just gonna do a simple. It's a little big. Honestly, I think we can just steal again, borrow, use the face shape over here. Okay, and somehow everything got smaller. This is not the same. I'll fix the perspective on it a bit. I just want to nail down this. Me too. This is Chaos is an Angry Bird from the hit 2012 mobile game Angry Birds. Here's the slingshot BT dubs. Something is too small. That's the thing about like designing and then doing the turnaround is like you figure out that actually things are too small when they're drawn in correct perspective. I'm very happy with this chaos design. I think the holy trinity of Yumi Valen really cooked on this one. Now to figure out, I'm gonna start. We're gonna have to break the laws of physics. We're gonna have to break something a little bit with Chaos's hair. So we'll say it starts here. Actually, we might tangent the eye there on accident. Let's bring that tangent away. Something wrong with this eye. Yeah, actually it's fine that I drew on the wrong layer because I'm gonna have to redo the guidelines anyway, since in perspective the design has to be a little bit different. Three-quarters is probably the angle we're gonna see chaos most at, so I'm not too worried about needing to change things because we need to make sure that that angle is solid the most. I need to make it clear that this specifically, that back of the calf, is one continuous line. You know, I think it's the the forehead ratio. Bring in Chaos's hairline. Yeah, okay. I think that looks more like think that looks a little bit more like our... Fix up this arm. Okay. Then I am gonna do a different layer for the coat. to add symmetry in Clip Studio Paint. It's new to me. I'm used to Photoshop. It's right. No, it's not right click. Hold, please, while I look it up. Oh, it's the ruler tool. Yeah, that makes sense. I back. I think I'm gonna finish up the sketches for the front and side view and then call it a night. Because I work at ass o'clock in the morning, as you know. I really have her body facing. It's not really contrapposto in my original sketch. Oops. Oh well. Hell yeah, I'm super happy with this so far. I think it's animatable. I'll just definitely have to do a guide on how those legs bend. But I mean, it's just like that, basically. And then overlap on either the thigh or the calf. But that is what the pose sheets will be for. It's taking a look at how these limbs are gonna bend. So I'll work with Jordan and Louis Sims on that. I'll move. Then the side view is always the hardest. Yeah, because their foot's out that direction. Oh, these are obviously out of order. Like, the front view should be here, and then, but you get the idea. Who's excited for the FNAF 2 movie? I know I am. Oh my gosh, if you like FNAF, you will like the FNAF 1 movie, probably. If you don't like FNAF, you might not like the movie. I like FNAF, so I liked the first FNAF movie. Is that my car alarm? No. Yeah, that diamond's gonna need work, but wait, I wonder if we just go ahead and push in the corners like that. We'll see. That's the only thing I'm still unsure about. But otherwise... Oh my gosh, is that Pip? I know, can you believe it? I'm streaming. Oh, Pip, you'll like this. It's a series about birds. Kind of. Bird people. People who turn into birds. I hope the FNAF 2 movie is scarier. I liked the first one. It was very, like, you know, FNAF is not super scary. It's a lot of the fandom that makes it scary. But I do hope the second FNAF movie is scary. It already looks scarier from the trailer. I won't lie. So I have high hopes, and Mango's in it, so I like Mango. Anyway, Piff, you have the floor to talk about Doves and Crows if you want. You're allowed to promote in... You're allowed to promote in this stream because this is your project. So... her hip's not up high enough. Oh, we have Pip and Piff. This is going to be very confusing. Sorry, Piff. You're allowed to... Piff with an F is allowed to... Well, I mean, Pip with a P, you're also allowed to, advertise or promote in the stream. But I meant Pip with an F. You're allowed to promote. I think that God, as much as I would love to be a really cool raptor or bird of prey, I think I would be more like, I don't know, maybe like a chickadee or something? Something tiny and consumable. Yeah, and chaos and order are a dove and a crow. No, crow and a dove, respectively. I always get them in the wrong order. A kiwi! Piff with an F would be a flightless bird. I don't know, maybe I'd be one of those gay cardinals that they keep putting on Christmas cards accidentally, not realizing that, male cardinals are the red ones. I think I've kept the same volume here? No, I have not. Her crotch line's lower here. Good thing I'm recording, because I need to make note that, like, if there's full weight on a leg, it looks like this. And if there isn't, it's a little bit more outstretched. So that's something that will have to go in the style guide as well. Aw, hummingbird. Well, technically the story is about much more than doves and crows. It's just the main characters happen to be a dove and a crow. I mean, come on. Star Wars, the movie about a war in the stars, is called exactly fucking that. Meep. Oh, is the American woodcock the one that is like in that meme that's like, meep, you know what I'm talking about, right? Oh, please somebody tell me that they know what I'm talking about, and then I'm not just like a fool. Yeah. Hell yeah, I like that little guy. What are those owls that dig into the ground? Burrowing owls? Are they just named that? I like those guys too. Those are cute. Yes, okay, that is the video I'm thinking of. If I was a bird and I gained sentience and I figured out that somebody called me a bog sucker, I think I would like fast track my evolution to grow arms and beat them up. The giant shoebill stork is still in play for doves and crows, correct? Yippee! Anyway, Pip with a P. There's a giant shoebill stork BT dubs. Just letting you know. That's so fair. I couldn't remember if that was, when that was, but anyway. Giant shoebill stork, just, no, I mean not just for Pip, but yeah. A giant Canadian goose from hell. I don't want to just copy and paste the same eyes from before, because I really should just learn how to draw them. But I'm gonna copy and paste the same eyes as before. Obviously, these are not the same. Something has happened. did these eyes look higher? Because they are. Wow. Okay. That's... yeah. Okay, so I have more room to play with. So what is happening? Look at this. Her eyes are also farther apart. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Okay, I haven't eaten dinner yet. I gotta go to bed soon to go to work in the morning. But I'm pretty happy with where I ended up. I might stream again tomorrow. I can't... wait, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Wednesday? We shall see. If not, I'm definitely finishing this tomorrow, and I need to give myself another task. So... but thanks for hanging out. I'll definitely send this to the server. Anyway, if you... I don't know how many people who are here who aren't working on the project, but if you like what you see, the link to all of the Doves and Crows social media is in the description. It's that link tree. Please go check it out. This project is very cool and fun, and I can't wait to do more on it. So, hell yeah. Next time we will do... I'm gonna finish this up either on my own, and then I want to start working on how these bodies move. Yeah, because I just want to... I want to get chaos as far as possible, because everyone else is based on chaos. So, let's just figure out how chaos moves, and then we'll figure out how the other guys move. Alright, I will catch you guys laters. Bye!